Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandrago's Cave. Today we are gonna be drawing Ragnir from One Piece with the left hand, with a non-dominant hand, okay? I'm gonna be analyzing 1170 as you may have seen in the miniature, and I'm gonna be basically inventing a little bit the colors. I am picking purple this time because I believe that what we are gonna see here, it needs to be connected to Loki. But I wanna go through the episode and I explain everything, and I explain why I'm drawing this character today. With my left hand, I have a collection of videos that I'm gonna put here, the playlist, so you can have a look. Some characters like Shushu, Gloriosa, I think I have a Stormtrooper at some point as well. One of the first ones I've done like that. And yeah, so I wanna add this one to the collection because it's a tiny concept, it's an animal, it's small, I don't have to go much into detail, so it can be interesting if we go for this option. So, sorry if it is not the best of the perfects, but I just want to try to see how we can do this, okay? So 1170 is the latest episode so far, is the one that we got before the end of the year. So happy new year everyone. This is the first video of the year. We're gonna have a 2026 full of One Piece drawings, One Piece theories, and a lot of other content that you can see here in the channel. But for now, we're starting with One Piece, okay? So let's try to... Just bear with me because I'm obviously doing everything upside down today, and I need to get used to this as well. It's an extra challenge, but yeah. So in this episode, reverse, we have like a cover story with the Straw Hats being tiny kids. Robin, obviously, how Robin is older and Jimbe are older, they are a little bit drawn more old, but it's a very nice, like they're in like in an aqua park or something like this. Very interesting. So we start the episode as we left, and this is basically Loki trying to get into the room, trying to take the chest to eat the fruit, but there is this mysterious item, a hammer, that is flying around, attacking him, and he doesn't know why. So apparently this hammer is alive, okay? So, very interesting concept, and obviously, if you have seen the episode already, you have seen the chapter already, it will remind you to Lasso, that is the dog that we have with Mr. 4 in Arabasta. It can be as well some ideas for, not Ragnir, Fangfrid, that is the elephant that Spandam has, that has a sword. Those items are items that have eaten a devil fruit, okay, akuma no mi. So I expect that here is going to be the same. I expect here is the hammer that has eaten the squirrel fruit, the Ratatosk fruit, okay? There is a lot of fuss around internet about Ratatosk fruit, etc., etc. A lot of people is even drawing Loki as a squirrel and everything. And just to give a little bit of context, this squirrel called Ratatosk in Norse mythology is a creature who is in the Yggdrasil tree, that obviously here is representing the Adam tree, the tree that we have in Elbaf, the massive tree. And in this mythology, this Ratatosk is going up and down the tree, this massive tree, is going up and down, traveling, creating mischief, pinching the one on top and the one at the bottom. There are creatures in both ends of the tree. At the very bottom of the tree, we have the Nidhogg. The Nidhogg is a wormish type of dragon, okay? We have Loki in One Piece at the bottom of this Yggdrasil, like this Adam tree, and that may be some connections because, you know, maybe some kind of dragon fruit. I made a post the other day explaining or kind of proposing that the fruit should be something different, because we already had a lot of content, a lot of hours spent here in One Piece with dragons, with Momo, with Kaido, with the ones in Punk Hazard. So I don't think we are gonna have that that option this time. It will be nice to have a Nidhogg, and a lot of people is talking about this because in the mural that we have in Elbaf, and there is this kind of dragon creature. I think the dragon creature in this scenario is more connected to whatever is going to be on the top. On the top, in Norse mythology, there is a eagle, nameless eagle, that in between its eyes there is a hawk. Okay, so the Ratatosk character is going up and down, pinching these both characters and bothering them and insulting them and creating conflict. And this is basically representing the constant conflict of the universe, of the cosmos, of the everything, basically. So it is very interesting. So I want to see how Oda is gonna represent this. I know, and we all know here, that One Piece is created originally because Oda loves this cartoon called Biki, the Viking, and the Viking references, the Norse mythology references here are gonna be quite remarked. So whatever he's gonna do with the pirates, that, you know, the Vikings were in theory the original pirates, he is gonna work very nice the storytelling and the world building in this aspect. So it's not gonna be something random. We're gonna have a lot of story, and we're gonna have a lot of story, obviously, as well, with ancient weapons, etc., etc. That I'm gonna put as well the theory, my collection, my playlist of mechanical ancient weapons, because it is completely related to whatever is happening here in this saga. Okay, so. To continue a little bit in the episode, so Loki is very upset because this hammer is winning, basically. It's kind of challenging him. He goes in there, he's looking at the chest. I suggested in the previous chapter, in the previous episode, that the chest was very Nika looking, very Shandia, Shandora, Skypiea saga type of looking, and this may be the Gomu Gomu that disappeared, fell into the blue, into the all blue, basically, into the sea blue, and Luffy ended up eating it because Shanks, etc., etc. This is not right, because we see that Loki ends up eating the fruit here. So that theory, I got it incorrect. But that is good. I like it when I have my theories as well incorrect, because it gives me more room to think, to have new thoughts, to propose new theories, and to propose new ideas. Okay. I want to know as well your theories about if you thought this is gonna be Luffy's fruit. Mention it in the comments in the show more section. If you thought that this wanna be another type of fruit as well, mention it, because I wanna create this interaction. I wanna see your opinion. I wanna see what you are actually thinking for the story. Okay, so that can be very nice. So the drawing, we have almost the character drawn, more or less. Is like a chubby type of a squirrel, very cute as well, very nice, like this. And there is this hit, because Loki just hit her here on the head. So Loki is observing some sort of energy pouring, like a lot of heat, a lot of power coming from the hammer, and this is representing that the hammer is very, 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 very heavy. So not a random person is going to be able to lift it. And the hammer is breaking the floor. Loki is trying to jump onto it to grab it, and obviously everything is breaking. To all of this, we have the father, Harald, that is being absolutely possessed by Imu. Is kind of being corrupted, but in the sense of he's being corrupted, and he still has control of himself in some sense, a little bit. And willingly, he's like, ooh, now I feel dark, now I feel powerful, now I'm gonna do these things for Imu. He's kind of transformed into a follower, okay? So if before in the previous episodes, in the previous 1-2 episodes, we had this kind of feeling of him, that his mind was leaving his body, let's say, that he couldn't control himself anymore, and he was upset about it. In this episode, we see that he is accepting this darkness, and it took over him, and yes, he's gonna do whatever he needs to do for this. So he explains to Loki that not because they didn't want to eat the fruit during hundreds and hundreds of years, and that's why the fruit was there. That's what I suggested is that they couldn't actually pass the hammer, pass through the hammer. But the thing is, they couldn't actually pass through the hammer. Ragnir couldn't find anyone worth it to open the chest and eat the fruit, the mysterious fruit that we have in there. Okay, so I like it. I like it. It's very interesting. It's very Vikingish. Like, it's about strength. It's about power. It's about even haki, conquerors haki and everything. So we have a little bit of caricature, a little bit of comedy here, where Loki is, trying to recalculating a little bit, trying to run away from the hammer. The hammer is boom, 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 hitting and everything. And then we see King Harald. We come back to King Harald, how Shanks and Skopperkaban attack him full on with haki. They cut one of his legs, and then he falls and everything. They are having a chat about, Gaban is kind of revealing the weakness of these characters is the attacks coated with Conqueror's haki. The conversation continues, and Harald is kind of, what are you guys? Are you actually gonna oppose me? You are gonna challenge me here? You know how strong I am. And Skopperkaban is absolutely, we're gonna challenge you because you are not yourself anymore. So Shanks is a little bit, I like the Shanks lore. Shanks is asking questions. Shanks is basically, Gaban, how do you know how to defeat these guys? What's going on? Why do you have this information? Not even myself, that I'm within this kind of God's Knights apprentice type of internship, I know. And he confesses, he reveals here that many times the God's Knights went chasing Roger to take back Shanks. So at some point, this is telling you that at some point in the story, these guys realized that Roger took the chest, Roger's crew took the chest, Shanks ended up there. They got this information. Obviously, they have CP9s, CP8s, all the CPs and everything to kind of collect and gather this information. And I like it. I liked as well this clash, because this is explaining why Summers was so scared of Gaban when Gaban showed up in Elbaf after Summers showed up and started attacking the Straw Hats and taking the kids and everything. I like it. And they obviously, the Roger crew, they always repelled those guys, just kick their asses and kick them out of the scene multiple times, not being able to attack, basically. And that is a very interesting concept. The interesting thing as well is that Gaban is saying that Harald is attacking with Conqueror's haki as well. We see Black Thunder everywhere, and this is something that the guys didn't have before. Interesting in the sense of revelations of in the present time, that we are going to go back to the present time in 1 or 2 episodes, most probably now. For 2026, we are back to Loki, Jarundin, Luffy, etc., etc. So, what is happening here is that Gaban is explaining to you the way of winning this battle, the way of cutting them off, kick them out of Elbaf, and fighting them, okay? Because so far, we were thinking how this was going to happen. Then, here, in a clash of Loki and the hammer, one starts spinning, the other one starts, swinging with Conqueror's haki as well. They clash. The hammer wins. Ragnir wins this clash of titans. This pen, I need to change some of these pens because I am keeping them all, and I want to find which one. Maybe this one, yeah. This one here. Or maybe this one, not even this one here. I want to try a couple of different pens to see which one I'm going to be using, because I have different numbers. Another 02 here. Yeah, this one is much better. I have my hand weirdly positioned here, so it's going to be a very funny type of straight hammer is not gonna be looking much straight, but we are just playing with the flow of the story here, okay, of the squirrel story. So they clash. The hammer that Loki is wielding breaks in 1,000 pieces. He is crying, obviously, like sorrow when the sword breaks, because it's his weapon of choice. And then we have this scene where we have this funny squirrel showing up. It is this kind of goofy type of character, and because it's this type of goofy character, the first thing that came to my mind is I thought the hammer may end up with Usopp. I've been saying this for a very long time. There are videos and videos in the channel explaining that Usopp is the hammer character. I have posts done weeks and weeks ago talking about like if Zorro and Sanji are the wings of the Pirate King, Usopp is the hammer of God, and Elbaf, even if it doesn't look like it yet, it has to be his saga. His saga, his season, his 2026, I think, is his year. I will find it very fitting for Usopp, more even. I always thought the hammer, Usopp is gonna get this kind of Mjolnir, that is Ragnir in this story, and the owl is gonna reduce it in size so he can take it, okay? I think this is gonna be a present. I think Loki at the end of the story, because Usopp is the one that I think is gonna save Elbaf, he is gonna gift him the present for the flashback, because the flashback we see that Loki should end up being the ruler, the king, the new king, the young king, not Jarundin. And Harald said that to him before losing consciousness and everything. So it makes sense that he's not going to be fighting anymore, because this territory is going to be ending up being under Luffy later, okay? That's why I pointed the mechanical ancient weapons theory there, because I think with the mechanical ancient weapons and with Zorro, they're gonna end up destroying the tree, cutting the tree. The tree needs to fall. I think all the Sky Islands are connected to the tree, and when the tree falls, all the Sky Islands will fall as well. And the interesting thing here is that, like the Tontata and in other places that the people have done a statue of Usopp, I think on the tree, on the leftovers of the tree, whatever type of piece or shape is gonna have that, and the giants are gonna carve a giant statue of Usopp that you're gonna be able to see it from the distance. Before arriving to Elbaf, you will see the statue of Usopp while you arrive there. And I think because of this, because he's gonna be the hero of these giants, this is his goal. Brave warrior of the sea, he is already. But for the giants to recognize him as such and give him this kind of honor of even granting him a statue as a legendary warrior, like when you go to the Colosseum and things like this, that there are statues of the warriors and etc., the gladiators, something in that line, because we've seen that as well, as I said before, with the Tontata in their land, in their Colosseum, in their town as well, okay? Together with Kiros and together with Lucy, that it was Luffy masquerade, transformed into, dressed up as an old man. So if that happens, obviously the hammer is ginormous, but the owl is there. So what I'm saying here is, at the beginning, Lasso, Fangfrit are items, are objects that have eaten a fruit. I think this is the same case. I think, obviously, this is another character that comes from the Void Century, because Vegapunk is the one who made possible Fangfrit and Lasso. This is the first character that we see that is from before. So the people from the D Kingdom, this disappearing kingdom that simulates some sort of Atlantis here, and the ones that have the technology, this advanced technology, and those guys knew as well how to do this thing, and probably that's what it happens. I don't think the squirrel is the one who ate the fruit. I think it's the other way around, okay? If you have some kind of theories, I want to hear them. I want to understand why it could be the other way around. I want to see, obviously, a little bit of context, a little bit of explanation of why this would be in that way. And justify it in the comment section, explain it properly, like take your time to write a nice and long comment explaining why do you think it could be the other way around. For me, it is quite obvious. I don't have second thoughts regarding this, but obviously I can be mistaken, and obviously nothing like this happens, and Loki keeps the hammer, and there is no problem. But in my honest opinion, I think it will be a very nice and optimal moment for Usopp. Usopp needs a power up already, and the pop greens and everything is very nice, but I think this is the proper thing to do. It comes a clash with all of this theory, where Nami already has Zeus and the baton and the climate act, and this is bringing electricity. And Ragnir, we have seen Loki fighting already a couple of times with Ragnir, and when he hits, this is bringing down a massive thunder, and there's a clash. There's a clash of interests there, and that will be my only concern. That will be my only question of why maybe Loki is gonna keep it and Usopp is not gonna take it, because Nami already has something in place that is pretty similar to what I'm proposing here. And there are multiple swordsmen in the crew. There could be multiple users that use thunder. We have seen Luffy as well grabbing thunder against Kaido and throwing the thunder at him. And there are multiple applications. I still think Enel is coming back, related as well to the ancient weapons, to the mechanical ancient weapons. I still think that he's in the moon, and the moon is Uranus, and Uranus is gonna be a Death Star type of weapon, mechanically done by men. That's why you have that automaton there, and that is why it's powered by the devil fruit, because it's a man-made thing. So Enel still needs to come. So there is a lot of thunder here, but Thor is the god of thunder in this story, in this mythology, and it makes sense that a lot of this topic is being brought into the table and is around. So I'm curious to see how it's gonna be and what is gonna happen. Yes, as you may see here, this is gonna be being very tricky to paint with the pen, the black areas, because I have no practice at all with my left hand. I have some videos with my left hand, but I should do more to practice a little bit and to get the hang of it. I thought this was gonna be a quick video, but as you can see, no. Hello 2026. There we go. So the fight continues. Harald is fighting Shanks, he's fighting Gaban. Jarul is shouting to the soldiers that they need to basically stop Harald while Loki is gonna be eating the fruit. Harald is a monster, is full of swords, spears, everything. He's throwing everyone around, and then we see kind of the hammer, Ragnir, transformed into squirrel, is bowing to Loki. We see the tiny fruit. Oda, Eiichiro Oda, I love you. Please me, and show me how many people is eating fruits. I want to eat fruit. I want to see people eating fruit. I want to have this, that is the massive thing in One Piece, the concept of eating fruits, the concept of power, and I want to see people eating fruit. Yes, Loki is eating the fruit, but it's very tiny. You can't see anything there. I want to see someone like grabbing like Kaku, like Khalifa. I want to see more of those things. Like, you are at the end of the story. Please help us with this. Please, all of us, with all of this. Give us this kind of present in 2026 and show us more people eating fruits. We want to see a display of fruits. We want to see a straw hat as well eating a fruit. We want to see a evolution of all these things. I am curious. I am hungry. Now that we're talking about fruit, talking about eating, I am hungry about seeing more people eating fruits. I like this thing, but it's very tiny. It is very tiny, Oda. Loki transforms. We see the specific detail is the hand, how the hand is transforming with this kind of claws. The hair is becoming spiky. There is a ginormous silhouette with thundering eyes, and obviously just with the energy is kind of saying some sort of bahu. Bahu can be any kind of type of wild animal. I guess Japanese translators, depending on the Japanese colleagues and One Piece fans, are going to be translating proper from the Japanese expression for this. I say this is a wolf. I want to think this is Fenrir. The squirrel, the hammer, Ragnir is very happy because he is seeing the shape, the transformation. He hasn't seen a transformation probably in 900 years, and he's happy, he's excited, and it is very interesting. This massive figure is running towards where the king is. We see King Harald fighting everyone, and with a swift move, you see him torn in pieces. Is missing half of the arm, is missing half of the face, then is missing half of the neck, half of the head. We see the silhouette of a figure, very like horse looking, with the horns, the type of the head, the type of the body. It looks very much like a horse, okay? But it reminds me straight away to Jabura CP9, okay? So, there is Fenrir in Norse mythology. I'm just going to give you a little bit of Norse mythology lore very quick. There is, my option here is Fenrir, number one. The silhouette looks like Jabura. The type of fighting looks like Jabura. And it will be very poetic because Loki in real mythology has 3 sons. One of those is Fenrir, and Fenrir is the one who brings Ragnarok, who brings the destruction of the world, and is the one who kills many gods, many gods. So it would be fitting if this ends up happening. If I am not mistaken, I think Fenrir as well is the one who kills Odin. That is the king, basically, in the Norse mythology realm, is the god of gods. There is like the Zeus in Norse mythology. Okay, so he's the leader. He's the father of Thor and many other gods, and Loki, and all these kind of soap opera with Loki and everything. But Fenrir is the one who kills the king, okay, Odin. And here, in this scene, straight away, they are conversing. Harald is kind of saying, yeah, you know, I'm happy. You're basically, you ate this fruit, just kill me. For a moment, in these last pages, for a moment, Loki is kind of recognizing, like, oh, you are back. And he's like, no, I'm not back. Are you seeing the destruction I'm doing? I'm just momentarily having like a moment with my son, and just giving you some some farewell, like a goodbye here. So then straight away he's asking, kill me. You will see as well Shanks and Gaban on the floor. We see Jarul on the floor as well here. So Shanks is grabbing his head. They have been defeated, obviously. We haven't seen Shanks losing at all until now. But here we know, and I said it 1,000 times, Harald is the strongest character alive at the moment in this story, because he was equal to Rox. Rox was killed a couple of episodes ago, and now Harald was left. So because all this conflict is happening, Harald needs someone strong as him. That is, the only one is Loki, and even more powerful because the hammer now and the fruit and everything, to kill him. So we see how the tattoo is fidgeting. I wanna believe that Imu is taking over again, but this could be interpreted as well in a way of maybe this burst of haki, this energy that you have from those two kings, basically, is making the Imu's power fade a little bit. And that's why it's kind of bubbling a little bit and kind of merging. But it may be just obviously the concept of Imu is taking over again, is controlling him again. So Harald is rushing him, is saying, you know, quick, because Imu is coming back, is taking control again. And then Loki says, obviously, I will resent you, I will not forgive you for this, just, you know, making your own son to kill you, this is a trauma that you are creating me here, that is bad. And knowing all the issues that Loki had with family, with the mother, and with the loneliness concept, and then with the stepmother as well, and everything, is sad. It's sad. This is one of those moments that breaks Loki even more. So they love each other. Harald is "I love you," hits with the hammer on the chest. There is this massive thunder coming into the castle, hitting Harald, while the hammer is hitting with Conqueror's Haki full on. We see plenty of blackness around the hammer, and Loki is crying. There is a trauma. There is like a lot of Bibi, a lot of Momo here, a lot of ancient weapon here, probably. So there is conflict. I am liking it. I'm liking it. And the story finishes there with a nice memory of young King Harald calling Loki his son, kind of giving him love, and it is beautiful. It is beautiful. I'm gonna be painting the squirrel Ragnir with purple. The color scheme for Loki is purple, pinkish purple, like Shirahoshi, like Momo, like I said, like ancient weapon type of character. I think Oda is gonna follow this pattern and is gonna give the weapon that is the squirrel as well this tone. I don't think it's gonna be typical brown or typical reddish or typical gray, because if not, Oda will have done it in a darker tone as well. But let's keep it like this. Probably I'm gonna add a little bit of blue as well. I think it makes sense if we add a little bit of blue. Some maybe tones here for like the softer parts, okay, like where if we paint this brown, I will have paint this yellowish, okay, or more pale, but it makes sense. That is maybe a little bit like this, okay. And this is gonna be as well blue. And I think I wanna do it a little bit pinkish here with the red. Add a little bit of the heat, like because this is one of those heats that he got, okay, like this. Okay, we make the teeth yellowish. It's gonna be very pintoresque today, very pintoresque, but very nice, very nice. Propose some colors in the show more section, in the comment section, and put your bet. What color do you think the squirrel is gonna be? Okay, I go for purples, I go for Loki colors. You feel free to express your opinion there, so we open a little bit of conversation as well about the colors and explain why. And if you are maybe a fan of Norse mythology and you know the original color that is supposed to be Ratatosk, maybe you can as well suggest it there. Or if there are some mythology around the purple colors as well there in Norse mythology and you know it, you can explain it there for all of us to know. Okay, that could be very interesting. This is looking very nice. This is looking very, very, very nice. I like it. And now I want to add as well some lines of black to create a little bit of shadows here. I may want to do maybe a little bit of brown, darker brown here for the bottom, like he's sitting here. And now a little bit of paler brown like this, more wood, He's sitting there, okay. Okay, looking interesting. So as I said, if any of you have any questions about Norse mythology, a little bit of lore, a little bit of this concept of Ratatosk or the tree or the Nidhogg, suggest it. Put the questions there. I can address it. I can reply there in the comment section and an open conversation. I wanna as well explain a little bit about the concept of the dragon, the Nidhogg. The Nidhogg is something very strong in Norse mythology, and the concept of the dragons are very strong in Norse mythology. But as I said, because we had a lot of Kaido, a lot of Momo, a lot of Pong Hazard, I don't think we are gonna have dragon as such here, okay? For that sense, I think Kaido is connected to this story, and I think Kaido is this representation of the Nidhogg, even if that dragon is more like an oriental type of dragon. It is not a Norse type of dragon, okay? Because it's different European as well. It's different type of dragons. You have wyverns as well with wings but no arms, and then you have with four-legged dragons with wings, like 6 limbs, and then you have these oriental ones. They are like snake look alike, and different type of dragons, different types of mythologies. Okay, so what I expect to be on top of the tree is not an eagle either, if from the Norse mythology, because Oda is playing around. What I expect to be there is some sort of a rock, some sort of a massive bird. There is at the beginning of One Piece, there is a filler in anime with some green type of dragons that they look like birds, and I think something like that. Oda, we are reaching the end of the story. Oda is cleaning up everything and making lore what is filler. Some of these things I noticed, and I've been noticing, is that some characters that are just being around random, he's repurposing them, he's showing them, he's giving them a little bit of importance and everything, and this is one of those things, okay? I think this filler, I enjoyed it a lot, and the filler in One Piece sometimes is good, sometimes is bad, like in every other anime, in any other manga. But for this one, I enjoyed it. So I think it makes sense for me, because there is as well a lot of mythology and going through the portal and everything and finding the realm of dragons and everything. It makes sense that something similar to that, a rock as well in mythology, is a ginormous eagle that normally used to carry people here and there like a transport. And it makes sense for me if it is some sort of a rock. It makes sense for me as well if Bibi is related here and we have a falcon sitting on top of this massive bird, then that will be Pell. Pell is still looking for Bibi, and I would like this meetup to happen on top of the tree. I think this creature, this Sky King, like we have the Sea Kings, this Sky King is the one that hatched from the egg that was in Roger's ship. I think that is why Gaban, apart from the woman, obviously, that's why Gaban stayed in Elbaf, because he wanted to make sure that the egg was safe and the egg was gonna hatch and open there. And I like the concept of mythology nicely done, and this will be something that it will be nicely done if it happens like this. Okay, obviously, so far Oda is not letting us down. Everything he's doing, I am enjoying it, and even if it is not what I expected, I am enjoying it anyway. So if this is not gonna be in that line, and it needs to have some sort of explanation. We need to see what is that egg, and all of this needs to be connected. I don't think, it is very unlikely that we are gonna be seeing more Roger guys in other places of the world, because if you think about it, maybe after Elbaf we go to Lodestar Island, that is the last island before just heading into this Love Tale concept. And then just, Marejua and Raftel and all these things. So there's just maybe 2, 3, 4 tops places that we're going to be visiting. So it makes sense for me that whatever is going to happen with the egg is connected with Gaban, for real. And whatever is going to happen as well with ancient weapons is connected to the egg. And whatever is going to happen with Oro Jackson, we want to see Frankie seeing the Oro Jackson, is going to happen with Gaban. And all fits in the sense of the man marked by flames traveling around the world, moving this last poneglyph so it cannot be found. It has to be Gaban. Gaban was drinking with Crocus in one of the cover stories. I made a lot of theories. I made even a playlist that I'm going to put here about the man marked by flames and Gaban's connection. If Gaban is a master of Conqueror's Haki, Coating Haki, that we see in this episode, in the explanation of Gaban to Shanks, is like, hey, coat your attacks with Conqueror's Haki. I've been saying it for many years already, like, if the attack is coated, the wound cannot regenerate. I talk about this in the Summers video, while drawing Summers. I talk about this when Gunko was transforming as well, and I'm talking about this now again. Like, Riley was a master of all the Hakis, but Gaban needs to be a master of coating. So when he cuts, the Haki stays behind in the wound as well, so they cannot regenerate. The Conqueror's Haki stays there in the wound, so it cannot regenerate properly, or it takes more time to regenerate. So that is the only way of defeating them. Gaban has given us this information. I would say this is a win for the channel. This is a confirmation of theory. We got this theory right as well about the Conqueror's Haki is the way of going forward with these guys. And yeah, if he is able to coat the full Oro Jackson in black, and the egg was there and the poneglyph was there, and even when he was moving around, he was moving them as well, so no one could find it. Visiting Gorokus, visiting maybe Neptune or other people, moving around, okay? It will make sense. It will make sense to even create more of a legend with the Rogers crew, okay? I don't think Oda is gonna show us any other character in this role doing these things. There is no time. Okay. Let's do. I think we are quite done here. Do I have another? I think I fancy adding a little bit of red to the purple to make another tone, because it looks a little bit, now yes, it looks a little bit plain only with the one purple there, okay? I just want to add this like this. I want to know your opinion about 1170. Apparently there is no break, so probably today, tomorrow, there are spoilers already around. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, we have already spoilers around. Soon we're gonna have these spoilers around, and we can as well talk about them, and that is very interesting. I want to know your opinion about the squirrel. I want to know your opinion about the colors. I want to know your opinion about if Usopp is gonna get this power up or no. I think everyone is talking about this online now, but I've been thinking about this for a very long time, and if you see the channel as well, in older videos, you will see that there are kind of some hints of this all over the channel, that Usopp, this is his saga, and Usopp is gonna have here a beautiful power up, and it's time, okay? It's time. I think as well Usopp is the one who is gonna, because Luffy's help, is gonna be able to save all of these guys, and I wanna see that. I wanna see a little bit of glory for Usopp, and yeah, let's little bit here. Now it's looking very nice. Some colors like this, I think, is what Oda is gonna go for. So a little bit of purples, blues, maybe a dash of pink, mixing the colors of the ancient weapons. Okay, and as I said, very nice episode, very nice chapter. I do think this character is from the Void Century. We are starting to meet a couple of characters from the Void Century, and I love it. I love it, like Sunisha, etc., and Emmet, and other characters that we have around, and I absolutely love it. I can't wait to see more. And I think we finished for today, to be honest. Let's sign. With my left hand, this is gonna be a tricky thing. Okay. This is David. Whoa, Viadel. 23, DavidViadel23. You can say it as you want, and this is the Mandrago's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video, drawing with my left hand, video about Ragnir, video about One Piece 1170. Eiichiro Oda, please give us more people eating Akuma Nomis in 2026, please, please. And this is the first video of the channel, 2026 year. I'm gonna be making many more. Soon you're gonna be seeing a couple of sketchbook tours that I have pending that I want to show you from challenges, drawing challenges I've been doing. And yeah, feel free to subscribe. That's very nice always, and like and comment. I always like to interact and reply as soon as I see it. And feel free to open conversation, okay? So we can chat and theorize about One Piece. Thank you very much, and I see you in the next one. Bye.